All right, so we talked about concurrency and concurrent programming, and every once in a while, especially with programmers who do not have comp sci degrees, get confused. So just very quickly, remember, concurrency is about multiple tasks which start. So we have multiple tasks happening, complete in overlapping time periods, as we said, and that can happen in no specific order. To further contrast this, another very important computational processing type is parallel. With parallelism, you get multiple tasks or subtasks of the same task. They can literally run at the same time on a hardware, and you can have multiple computing resources, like a multi-core processor, right? Just wanted to show you this just in case you were confused. And I find when I compare and contrast one form to another, that helps me to understand. So here's concurrency of the tasks happening. So what that really means is that Rust is favorable for concurrent programming. And the key thing I want you to think about here is data races. So if you're not sure about data races, so that happens when at least two different instructions from different threads aim to access the same memory location at the same time. If you have one of them trying to write something and then there is no synchronization, that could essentially lead to undefined with access to the memory. So with Rust, we remove this problem because data races are detected. Rust essentially ensures that operations performed on an object are not going to break it, and does that by having only one thread have access to it. So if a given object access does not support many threads, so if it's not marked with an appropriate trait, it needs to be synchronized. And if that sounds a bit confusing, like simple version here, what data race detection does with concurrent programming for Rust, it just means that during compile time, Rust can check and indicate when we are performing incorrect operations on objects. And that's key, during compile time. That's very, very important and helpful for developers.